for this month's Aha Moments Live. If you come on, please say hello. I hope everyone is doing well. I cannot believe it's actually February. Hey, Cheryl! Nice to see you. And Vera, hey! Awesome! I cannot believe that it is actually February, you guys. And here in Virginia, it's in the 60s. Now, I can't do the math that quick in my head, but for Celsius, but it's warm for February. So I will take it. I'm not gonna complain. I wanted to, while we wait for just a few minutes, because I came on a minute or two early, I just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. I wanted to thank everybody for your support with Aha Moments Live. It's amazing that it's been a year, you guys. And I enjoy each and every time I get to come on and chat with you. I hope that the aha moments that I have posted and continue to post help you create a life that you love and create one that has a little bit more clarity and calmness, as a lot of these aha moments have really helped me. An update on me for those who care to hear. I am working on a 6-week course for parents. So stay tuned. It's going to be all about teaching your kids about money, even if you don't know about money yourself or you feel you're not good with money yourself. Super simple, incredibly impactful, and they work. It's just mind-boggling. So I have a 6-week course scheduled to launch. I think it's going to be in April. I'll give you the details when we finalize it. But that is some really exciting news. And I am going to continue. For those of you who know that I started last year trying to do some public speaking, this year I'm going to do even more. So I will let you know how that goes as I progress. One day at a time, one step at a time. For those who have big dreams for 2020 and beyond, just take a baby step. Because look, if you want to chronicle what I'm doing to be a public speaker, because I'm going to tell you, I haven't a clue. I don't know the first thing. I don't have a following. I don't have a website. I'm literally starting at ground zero. Hey, Sita! I'm starting at ground zero. So if you want to watch as I progress through the journey, be sure to tune into the YouTube channel. The YouTube is, I'll post it above or below or wherever. Aha Moments with Amy, and you can see as I chronicle my journey. So yes, Cheryl, about, oh my gosh, about a week or two ago, I put purple in my hair. I wanted to do something fun and different. What do you think? You know, at first my husband was like, purple hair? But I was like, yeah, why not? And I personally, I like it. It's just kind of a little bit of a hint. It's not like in your face purple. And it washes out over time. After about 6 or 8 weeks, it'll probably pretty much be gone. So thanks. But I might put a little bit more in next time. We'll see. All right, so I don't want to delay. I know some people get really, bent out of shape. Hey, Monique! Bent out of shape if I delay too long. I do. Hey, Sharon! Hey! Some of you have seen my post about the, hang on. What did you say, Cheryl? I've been wanting to do a little pink, but I have brown hair and it won't show up very well. Yeah, you know what? Blue and purple show up really good in brown hair. I think that it is just striking. I would love, but it doesn't, and it's a purple that when you turn, it just kind of shimmers purple. So it's really kind of cool when people have darker hair. I'm surprised you could even tell, to be honest, that I had put some in there. So thank you. And I think you should try it if you want. And put some color in your hair. Remember, it's not permanent, so it just grows out or fades out. But some of you, I wanted to talk a little bit about the post that I did on the Facebook page about me being quarantined, home quarantine. For those of you who know, my husband is a pilot for a commercial carrier. And thank you, Monique. And has traveled to China. He has traveled to Beijing in the past. And on, oh my goodness, I don't even remember what day. I guess Friday, the government here in the U.S. Put out some information on the coronavirus and what they're doing in order to keep it contained. And they put out some guidelines, where they're coming into the country and that people are going to be quarantined moving forward, and anybody that's coming in moving forward, they are going to be asked to be home quarantined, where they go home and just sit for 2 weeks, so that should they come down with it, that they not be impacting others. And out of being conservative and being considerate, even though by the rules or by the parameters set out by the government, John is not required to stay home because he theoretically came into the country on the 30th of January. We are trying to be diligent and not spreading it, even though we're not sick. And when he was over there, he was hyper sensitive and hyper careful, not only putting the very special mask, I think it's called N95 mask, but also the gloves and also the Purell and the hand sanitizer, and never left the hotel except to go back to the airport. So I think that we're fine. For those of you who are concerned, thank you so much for your concern. We are totally and completely fine. If that should change, I will let you know. But we are going to kind of sit tight and kind of hang out at home for the most part. Those moving forward who are going over there are going to actually be forced to quarantine themselves, even though this is something that we're doing voluntarily. And there are individuals, flight crews that came back or are coming back, I think yesterday or today, who are still allowed to travel and still allowed to work, which my own personal opinion, I think that's a little cray-cray. Call it 1 day plus or minus. I don't think that really matters, but according to the parameters set out by the government, they don't have to home quarantine. So if you, if you see people coming in from the country moving forward, they are going to be quarantined, so you don't need to worry as much. And if you are worried, just put a mask on. Take the parameters to make yourself feel good, but don't make yourself crazy about it. All right, so enough about the coronavirus. I want to talk a little bit about something that I learned recently that I didn't know. And I've actually checked into, I was actually blown away by this little piece of information concerning the amount of protein we should get in a single day. Now, I know that some of us are following special plans, whether it's paleo or vegan, or special plans like the Danette May plan. And I was just really surprised that sometimes some of those plans, probably not paleo, but some of those plans are just not high enough in protein. And how much protein, wait a second, I printed it out on the printer and then I didn't pull it up. How much protein are you supposed to get in a single day? You're supposed to get, according to the internet, you're supposed to get 0.8 grams per kilogram of weight, which works great for people like you, Petra, who work in kilograms. But here in the U.S., we don't really work that way. We work in pounds. So it's 0.8 grams per kilogram or 0.36 grams per pound. I'm going to repeat that again. 0.8 grams per kilogram or 0.36 grams per pound. So how do you figure out how much protein you should be eating? You take your current weight and you multiply it times 0.36 if you're doing pounds. If you're measuring your weight in kilograms, multiply that weight times 0.8. And that will tell you how many grams of protein you need to be healthy in a day. So, why do I tell you all of this? Because I realized recently that I wasn't getting enough protein. And what happens when you don't get enough protein? Well, let me first tell you, what does protein do for our bodies? Okay? It helps maintain body tissue. Including your muscles, organs, nervous system, blood, skin, hair, and it also serves as a transport mechanism for oxygen, fats, vitamins, and minerals. So it's really important that we get enough of it. What happens if you don't get enough of it? Well, unlike fat and glucose, our body doesn't have the capacity to store protein. So if you don't get enough protein, then your body starts to break down the muscle you have, which isn't a good thing. We need the muscle. The muscle burns a lot more than the fat. The muscle is a lot more dense, as we all know, and weighs more than the fat. And in order to keep our muscle, we need to make sure we're eating enough protein. So you don't want to eat too little, because if you eat too little, hey there, Petra, if you eat too little, then your body starts using and breaking down your muscle for energy. If you eat, can you eat too much? Yes, you can eat too much protein. What happens if you eat too much? It actually gets stored as fat. So it's a very fine line to not eat too much, but also not to eat too little. And I tell you that because when I sat down and started calculating just how much protein I was eating, I realized that I was greatly deficient, especially because I've started working out with a trainer, and working out and lifting weights and doing the things that he's having me do, whether it's with exercise bands or with free weights, uses a lot of muscle, burns a lot of muscle, and therefore I need to have enough protein in my diet. So check your protein and make sure that you have enough, because the last thing that you want to do is have your body be eating your muscle. That wouldn't be a good thing. So that was my biggest thing that I wanted to tell you. But then, as I was thinking about all of this morning, my husband happened to be listening to a YouTube channel, and they were talking about, of course, the coronavirus. But they also talked about, even more important here in the US, is the outbreak of measles. Have you guys heard this? I was floored. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take this guy's word for it. I am just going to go direct to the CDC. And I looked on the CDC, and between the years of 2018 and 2019, they had 4 times the amount of cases. It went from 375 cases to 1,282 cases in 2019. I'm going to repeat that. We went from 375 cases of measles to 1,282 cases of measles. Not a good thing. And I thought, well, hey, I'm good. When I was a kid, I got vaccinated. What they're finding is that you need 2 doses of the vaccine, and some of us only got 1 dose. Now, if you don't have access to your shot records from when you were a kid, I don't. You can go to the doctor, and I think you can get tested. I have to double check. Double check me on this. You can get tested with your blood to see if you got the immunity to it. But if you're in question, it's okay to get a booster. And that way you can make sure that you're covered. That's drastic. and over 4 times the amount from one year to the next. And measles is no joke, you guys. So double check. I'm trying to keep everybody healthy. And as I find things out about our health, I want to pass them along to you. So please double check, make sure that you had 2 vaccines. And if you don't know, get a booster, since the measles are on the rise here in the US. And it's not on the rise to the point where you need to be panicked and run out there. That is not what I am trying to do. I'm just trying to, increase your awareness so that you can make an educated decision about your health. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Health-wise. That's really about it. It's quick, and husband who's a doctor said blood test will tell you. Thank you, Vera. Yeah, I thought I had read that a blood test will tell you whether or not you're immune to it. And so just double check. It's a quick and simple blood test, right, Vera? And that way you don't have to worry. I just want to make sure that everybody is as healthy as they can possibly be. So make sure that you have the immunity against the measles. And then the other M word, make sure you're protecting your muscles by consuming enough protein every day. Now, some of you might be saying, that's great, Amy. I'm on a vegan diet, and I'm all for vegan. I actually went vegan for about 6 or 8 weeks. I will tell you guys, I felt amazing to cut out all meat and dairy. But it's really challenging to eat enough protein when you're working out, when you're on a totally vegan diet. So start counting your, grams of protein and see if you've got enough. I was shocked. Eggs, you guys, eggs are only 6 grams a piece. 6 grams. So just think, if you needed, 50 or 60 grams of protein in a day, that would be like 20 grams a meal. Just think, how many eggs would you have to eat to get 20 grams? You'd have to eat 4 eggs. That's a lot of eggs. And I looked, and hemp, 2 tablespoons of hemp is only like 6.31 grams of protein. So some of the grams, and beans and things like that, are only like 6 or 8 grams per like half a cup. So you're gonna have to eat quite a bit of your protein from plant-based sources in order to get your protein amount that you're gonna need. So just be aware of that. I'm not saying, to switch and eat animal meat or to switch to eat dairy. I'm just saying, just be aware of how much protein you're putting in your body so that you're not eating your muscle mass, because we need the muscle mass. Let's face it. Let's see if there's any other questions. Thank you, Vera. Hey, Lisa. You had measles as a child, Sita. I hear that's no joke. I actually had muscles. I actually had mumps as a child. Believe it or not. My aunt had the mumps and came over and gave it to me before I was vaccinated. As a baby, I think I was like 6 months old when I had the mumps. Like this. So at least now you know you're immune to it, right? Because you've had them. Can you repeat the protein number required one more time? Yes, you need 0.8 grams per kilogram or 0.36 grams per pound. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you would need 36 grams of protein per day. So all you do is you take the number, whether it's kilograms, you multiply by 0.8, or pounds, and you multiply by 0.36, and that'll give you how many grams of protein. Just do a check, and then make a comment in the comments below. How much protein are you getting? Are you getting too much? Or are you not getting enough? Or are you getting just right? You had the measles too as a kid, Petra? Wow. people had the measles. Let's see. I'm trying to scroll through. So if you see my finger going up and down, let's see. You had mumps and measles, Lisa. Wow, this is a heck of a group. Having mumps and measles, so many people. Oh, somebody had them when they were 37. Who had mumps? Sita, you had mumps at 37? Holy moly, girl. That must have been a sight. Not much fun. Hey, Patty, thanks for joining us. We're talking all things health today. And so please go back and look. It's really important that we're getting enough protein and that you are fully vaccinated against the measles, especially here in the U.S., where measles seem to be they are on the rise. Between the years 2018 and 2019, they increased like 4 times the amount. So just watching your back, ladies. And as I find out more information about health or well-being or, oh wow, Sita, that's scary. For those of you who don't know, her mumps caused measles. Your mumps caused a stroke at the age of 37. So all the more reason to make sure that we're fully vaccinated. And like I said, if you are unsure, you can get a blood test, or you can just get a booster, because you're not going to get hurt if you get a booster. So there you go. Let me know how this works for you. Let me know if you track your protein intake for the next couple of days or a week and see how much you average, because some days you may eat more protein than others. And just trying to keep you as healthy as can. Now, something else that many of you already know, I'm going to throw this in there as a bonus. I wasn't really going to talk about this, and I've talked about this before. Keeping your immunity strong, especially at this time of year, because there's so many influenzas going around and all this, you hear about all these diseases and illnesses, and I'm working really hard to keep my immune system strong. And I just want to pass along to you the things that I do to keep it strong so that I don't get these horrible illnesses. The first thing that I do is I actually make an elixir that I got from a woman named Danette May. And that is how I take water. I take a stock pot and I fill it full of water. And I put equal amounts of ginger, raw ginger, the stuff that looks like all knotty and stuff. Not naughty as in bad, but like roots and knots. It looks kind of weird. I take ginger and I take turmeric, raw turmeric. Not the powdered stuff. I actually use the actual raw root. I cut them into pieces and then I put them in the pot and I simmer them for about 20 minutes. And then I turn it off and I let it come down to room temperature. Once it's at room temperature, I remove all the ginger and turmeric and I drink that elixir, that tea. Now, sometimes I add things to it. I will add cinnamon sometimes. Sometimes if I'm feeling a sore throat, I will add Manuka honey. Manuka honey, you want to make sure has a UMF higher than like 15 or higher to really be potent and help. Go ahead and do some research on that, ladies. But Manuka honey, I've talked about it in the past with a UMF of 15 or 20 has a lot of antibiotic type properties and helps with your immunity and keeping you healthy. I only take a teaspoon in a cup of this elixir that I warm up because it is extremely expensive. A little 8-ounce thing of Manuka honey is usually anywhere from $65 to $95. So it's gold. And I take it, like I said, only when I'm starting to feel a little run down or scratchy throat. That's when I take it. Otherwise, I just take the turmeric ginger elixir and and Patty, I actually use that elixir for my morning my morning beverage, and I put apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in it with a half a lemon. And sometimes I will put coconut vinegar instead, for those of you who can't do apple cider vinegar. But if you're not into all of that, at least do the ginger and turmeric. I also squeeze in there a half a lemon. That's really, really good. So in the mornings, I will start off with that elixir, the half ginger, half turmeric. I warm it up with a squeeze of lemon, and you can put a little bit of cinnamon in. If you need some honey to make it sweeter, you can put some regular honey in, or the Manuka honey. And I do that pretty religiously almost every single day. I've been out for about a week, so I'm getting some stuff today, and I will make a pot, and it lasts for a good long time. The second thing that I do every single day is, right now I'm taking a teaspoon or a tablespoon, depending on the potency of the elderberry syrup that you get, every single day. And if you want, I'll give you the link. I get the elderberry syrup off of Amazon. It is highly potent. It has just elderberries and honey, and I take a teaspoon every single day. And I will continue to do that until cold and flu season is over and I'm feeling pretty good. Just as a precaution. It doesn't hurt to get a little bit of a boost during this time of year when there's so many people coughing and hacking and battling with the flu. And so those two things I do religiously. If you do something different or in addition to, please list it below, comment below, and let me know, because I'm always looking for other things to keep my immune system strong. So there you go. Talk to you about the protein, talk to you about the measles, talk to you about keeping your immune system strong. Hopefully you are not traveling to the Orient, to China over there. There really are not very many, if any, flights still going over there from the U.S. at least. And so if you have to travel over there or something along those lines, just take precautions and wear your masks and make sure you have your gloves. The masks should be, I'm going to tell you again, those really flimsy ones are not the best at keeping that virus at bay. The best mask is one that's, it's a 3M product, and the code is 8511, but the actual type of mask is an N95. You want to look for an N95 mask, and that will filter out that virus. A cold shower, yes, that makes me shiver. So those are some things that you can do to protect yourself if you're interested. And if you have some other ideas, please share them with us so that we can all learn. That's the only way, is to spread the knowledge and the wisdom. Other than that, nothing else. I won't take up any more of your time. For those of you who are watching the Super Bowl, let me know what team you're rooting for. My team's not in it. I don't really have a favorite team, to be honest. I just like to watch the games. But we will be watching, and in the U.S., it's a really big thing, the Super Bowl. And I actually like watching the commercials. Do you guys like watching the commercials? I'm so excited to see the commercials. I love the Clydesdale ones. With, they have ones, for those of you that are outside the U.S., they have ones with that advertise for beer. And they have one with Clydesdale horses, because that's their mascot, their logo, their thing they're known for. And they teamed it up with a dog. It's, you guys, I'm a dog lover. So it is so great to see what their newest commercial is with their Clydesdale horses. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Hopefully you are having a great Sunday, and I will go through the rest of the comments. If I haven't commented, I will go back through and respond to any comments. It's always great to connect with you guys. It's like we're together. This is so awesome. I thank you for being here. I thank you for watching. Let somebody else know who might benefit from these aha moments. And don't forget to Check me out on YouTube, Aha Moments with Amy, if you're interested in following along as I go through the steps to become a public speaker. All right, until next time, you guys make it a great one and stay healthy. See ya.